Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 8, titled The Return. The Mandalorian and his allies confront their enemies, and this is the finale of Season 3. Now, as usual, have some notes about the last episode. The big one being, why was it called The Spies, plural, when the only spy that we know about was Elia Kane, and she was right at the start? Like, if you're going to have a plural in the title, then you need to show the plural in the episode. Like, it may have subconsciously been why I was so on edge, not trusting anyone. Like, why I thought the armorer, why I thought the survivors, why I thought anyone could be betraying them. Because I'm just like, well, we've seen one. Where's the at least second one? Next up, what is it with Mandalorians constantly being besieged by megafauna? You've got the turtle gator, the raptor, the mythosaur, that ankylosaurus creature from the last episode. Like, technically the rancor. Like, what is it that these giant creatures have against this culture in specific that they go out of their way to attack them? And finally, this is something that I should have found out last episode. Because you know how I normally, at the end of an episode, I'll watch through the credits to see who played which character. For some reason, I didn't do that in the last episode. So I found out after the fact that Brendel Hux, the guy on the Shadow Council, who is the father of Armitage Hux, was actually played by Brian Gleason, as in the brother of Domhnall Gleason, who played Armitage in the sequels. Like, they actually got his relative to play his character's relative. I find that funny. The only thing that would have made it better is if they actually got his father, because I know it would have been a if they got um yeah, like Mad Eye Moody. I know it would have been probably the same as the last episode, well, the episode before, where people were complaining about such a high profile actor in the show, but I just, it would have been better if they'd actually gotten his father to play his father. But anyway, moving on from that, let's get this episode started in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, him. That's Armitage Hux's brother. Also, apparently the one that was talking about Thrawn on the Shadow Council is actually his like right hand man from the novels and that. Yep. It's just now realized I don't have my subtitles on. There we go. One of these days I'm gonna remember to check that before starting recording. Yeah, so the three most common um, people most likely to be the spies that I've seen people say are the survivors, the armorer, and Axe. And I don't know which one it's going to be, and whether it's ever actually going to be revealed. or if it's going to be revealed to actually have been the Shadow Council. Because, I mean, technically. Yeah, I mean, that was always going to happen. So what's he going to find when he's in the atmosphere? You know, if what what everyone's thinking is going to happen does actually happen, did he just reflect that blaster bolt with his vibroblade? But yeah, people think that Mando's going to have his helmet taken off or take it off himself. And I mean, if he does, he doesn't have to travel far to, like, re-baptize again. He didn't run. He does still have his arm and back to spray. Let's go take a baby to kill a tyrant. But also, the return implies that some familiar faces are going to arrive. So it does say the Mandalorian and his allies. So is that really all that was left of the entire party? Come on, R5, you can do it. Something I've never understood is how do they not get alerted when something unauthorized accesses these droid ports? But what about the armorer and the injured? Weren't they on the capital ship? Well, it's a good thing there's such dense um, cloud covering that has like anti-sensor stuff. Well, you got one of them. Go in, fight the two guards. Go in, fight the two guards. This is like a gauntlet video game of sorts. You defeat a wave, get good armor. Defeat a wave, get better armor. Next, he's gonna pick up a blaster. Just- One of them fell off. Are you going to pick up a weapon? Those are, aren't they? That's what the whole reason for the Dr. Pershing cloning and the force sensitive blood and everything. It wasn't for Snoke. It was for more Gideons. Well, he did say that the improvement he made to the Dark Troopers was that he was in it, so. Hmm. I was about to ask, does she even have a jetpack? Half expecting her to just straight pull a Captain America, drop down and land without one. She's got melee in the air. Oh, I'm sorry, but she is badass. Like, there's no doubt about it. Why is your suit so mechanical? Oh god. Yeah, if we're going to be honest, the only thing that can beat them are themselves or Jedi, from what we've seen. Oh, did she lose her tongs? She's got knee missiles as well. Question: how did the dark saber stab through that? I thought Beskar went resisted unless they weren't using pure Beskar, and of course he's got a Praetorian staff, probably infused with Beskar, but and once again they've lost IG. Did you just fucking break it? You do not shoot the child. That is a really cool shot. And yeah. And let me guess, they're gonna assume Gideon's dead, but he's not actually. Because he never actually finished his creed, did he? That is the way. Why is it Din Grogu yet Vizsla is the end of it? Like, you sense the mythosaur, don't you? The relighting of the Great Forge. He's at the radio. How do you even know where this is? Hmm. I want to work with the New Republic. The memory circuit. Hmm. Not. This is not how I was expecting it to end. Of course, he's going for the frogs. Not even trying to eat that one. He's just tormenting it. I'm not getting a skip credit, so I'm guessing there's no ending thing. Now there would have to be. There's just too long left. Huh. Radio then. Well, that was the end of season 3. There's no real stinger or anything for the next um season or anything. No stinger. There was no side of Thrawn, which people thought was going to be the case. There's no confirmation if Gideon's dead or alive. Like, huh. Interesting. That is rather surprising. I would have thought there'd at least be some scene, because after what happened with Gideon shutting down talk of Thrawn in the Shadow Council, people thought that either the end credits scene or in the Dave Filoni movie, that Thrawn was going to be the one to kill Gideon, just to set up how powerful he actually is. However, with no sight of Thrawn in this actual episode, and the implication that Gideon died in that explosion. Now, of course, there's still always a chance that it was another fake out death, but who knows? But seeing It was funny. It was fun seeing Grogu just actually in battle for once, just using the Force skills to evade the Praetorian guards long enough for Din Djarin to um, go in and help, and then just being a support character, using the Force to stop attacks from landing, to throw enemies away, and then doing the same with Gideon. Just his last ditch effort to grab the stuff, just nope, it's gone now. And then using the Force to actually create a sphere of basically living energy surrounding them, protecting them from a massive explosion that it's implied would have torn through even the Beskar that they were wearing. And of course he had to sit down after that. Sure, it's been like 2 years with Luke training these abilities, and then another 3 just regular honing through use, but still, that was a lot of energy. I'm just now remembering the armor in her descent. Honestly, you're in an aerial battle against people wearing a similar strength armor to you, using similar weapons to you, and you decide to go melee. And not only that, you do it and you get through unscathed, having taken out several of the enemy forces. I fully believe she could have dropped from that dropship without a jetpack and just survived from how awesome she is. But yeah, Mandalore is now back to having some form of civilianry, where the two factions, and seemingly more, because that looked like more than what we saw in Navarro and everything, so. But they're all living there. They've relit the Great Forge and everything. They're using the actual living waters to baptize their young. Grogu has made contact with the Mythosaur. And has been officially adopted by Din Djarin. And they're just living in a cozy little cottage outside Naboo. Definitely not how I thought this was going to end, but it was, honestly, the way it is now. If there was the possibility of this being the end of The Mandalorian, it is a satisfying conclusion. Yes, obviously he's gonna appear again in the Dave Filoni directed movie, but if there's no more actual dedicated Mandalorian show, there's nothing that's really been left open. But hopefully there is more, because it's fun watching these two on their adventures. So anyway, that was a really enjoyable episode, and I'll catch you in the next one.